hello. Okay, we're live.
Hooray! We're
Hooray!
live! Now, the only thing we need to do now is fix up that transition that you have.
I know. I was looking into that. I think I'm just going to get one like a pre-made one for now before I commission another logo and everything, cause I am big broke.
Fair.
Hello, Prince David. Hello. How are you?
Just got a new model.
Yay! Hooray! Okay, we were this one.
No, well, I mean, which save was it? Oh no, the three ones that are basically the exact fucking same.
I'm good. I love the new model and seeing it in action is great. Yay! Thank you. I've been so excited.
Which save do you want to pick? The second one, the third one, or the flippin' sixth one?
I think I saved it 3 times specifically, so I would remember which one it was.
That's honestly sounds about right. Because I did double check that, like, check to see if, like, okay, is this, like, there wasn't like a VOD that hasn't been uploaded. I'm thinking, okay, no, it's up. It's
nope,
fine.
I'm up today. I've been really good about staying on top of those. Surprisingly.
Yeah. I sped even further down the winding path. I didn't even feel myself gasping for breath or my legs getting heavy. Ice is coming in with both head pats and a hydrant.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Super Ice. Thank you. Oh wait, shit, I haven't added the head pats yet. That's my bad. This is my first time using this model, so I have like nothing set up. I'm so sorry, but I will drink water. Thank you.
You can just head pat yourself live, I guess. Just pat your own head.
You are head patting me in spirit, okay?
Also, it's been a while. I just haven't seen it a bit. My body understood it as well.
I hope all be well. Yes, everything is good. I just got over being sick, and I am very appreciative of my health.
I've been a bit here and there and busy.
Yeah. The adult world is scary and busy.
If I didn't run from here, I wouldn't live. Well, you don't know about that. I could hear the laughter of that simulacrum of Reno coming from behind me. It rang through the trees and in my head, and slowly chiseled away at my sanity. The grove of trees thinned out, and my field of vision suddenly expanded. Where was this? Been around, but usually when I see you, I lurk in your chat, but don't usually talk unless I finish what I was making. Usually forget to unlurk. Fair, don't worry about it. For a moment, I was bewildered by the scenery. I felt I knew, but I couldn't quite remember. I quickly realized. It was the dam site.
That damn site.
The fact that I dashed madly and ended up in a place like this gave me a bad feeling, like I was following someone's scripted plot. That sounds like... I think Kate may have picked up a copy of the script. Had a good view of my surroundings, but I didn't see a single soul here. This was a terrible spot for anyone on the run, but there was no better place for an attacker. My heart was already on the verge of bursting. The muscles of my legs were screaming. But I didn't care. If I stopped here, then they might not even be able to scream for much longer. Even still, I glanced back, looking for an excuse to rest. Brenna wasn't there.
Oh no.
Instead, I saw 2 villagers walking around. I breathed a sigh of relief that it wasn't Brenna, but a third party. Except, the voice inside my head rang the alarm once again. Villagers walking around weren't suspicious in and of themselves, but it bothered me. They both wore rough-looking clothes. Empty-handed, they definitely give the impression that they were just out for a walk. But At this time of day, 2 adults wandering around without a purpose. It was enough to raise questions.
Whoa!
But more than anything else, those eyes. They weren't chit-chatting while walking. They were both silent, heading forward, looking in my direction. I was at the end of my rope, and I had finally started started imagining things. I should run away. It was probably the best choice. If they weren't involved, If they were involved, I would lose them easily by running. If they were a part of a group after me, then they would come running after me. Either way, unless I hurried up, Renan would catch up with me. That's right. I was going to run. Deciding that, the moment I began to turn tail, both of them rushed towards me as if they knew exactly what I was thinking. Somewhere inside me, I had jumped to the conclusion that Renan was the only one I needed to be afraid of. I made the assumption that I didn't need to fear anything else. But right now, I realized just how blatantly wrong I was. Suddenly, the story Oisan told me about the demons all leaving the village to hunt prey floated back into my mind. I could tell that they were both coming after me without even turning around because of their frantic footsteps.
Frenetic.
Thank you. It was frightening. Being unable to shake Rena off as she slowly closed in on me, but she didn't even compare. Being pursued with such a violent ferocity, the straightforward horror was unparalleled.
Super Ice says, I will be lurking for a bit. I hope you both and everyone in chat have a wonderful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No worries, man. You take care.
Alright, I am burnt out of work. I'm gonna watch you. Almost 5 anyway. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Congrats on the successful and productive workday. I know you work very hard, Prince David.
Eh. One of the pursuer's arms grazed my shoulder. Now it wasn't just the frenzied footsteps, but also the distinct sound of their breathing I could hear. No, I could practically feel them breathing on me. They were already right behind me. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. Still running at full tilt, I felt the surrounding area go still. No, it felt like time had somewhat stopped. Turned my head back, slightly in the frozen world, realizing how close my pursuers had gone to me. I couldn't win against the legs of an adult. In less than the time it would take to blink twice, when this frozen time began moving again, they'd be right on top of me. On top of me. And then... Don't think about it, Keiichi. First, realize that you won't be able to shake them off like this. If the fact that you can't get away was a given, then you need to make a decision. Go with your right leg, or go with the left. You just need to decide which one.
This is the type of the game that's good with headphones. The music and sounds are very creepy. Yes, I agree. And I think that's one of the reasons why I personally don't think the anime adaptation hits the same when it comes to the horror elements. Because I feel like the visual novel just hits different.
Well, there's also just the fact being okay. There's just like a flat, sort of like it's a phaser. No, it's a flying sound effect. Basically, like the storm. It's sort of like creating like a bit of a pull like effect with its audio.
Yeah.
Let's go with the left. The more decided, the temporal singularity burst into pieces. Right. Left. I swung the bat in a wide arc with my right arm, using that inertia, and I stopped and suddenly spun. What? The two of them were clearly startled.
It does. The VN is more disturbing. I am still only on chapter 2, so really not too much further ahead.
Momentarily losing sight of me, both of their outstretched arms ready to grab me. Instead, grasped at empty air. The man on the right, I applaud him for being able to figure it out, spun around to the spot I shouldn't have been, and faced me in astonishment. But it was too late. I didn't even need to swing my bat. All I needed to do was extend my arms, and I turned around. It was by no means a heavy blow, but it seemed like it had enough power behind it to knock him off his feet. But just knocking him down wasn't enough to scare him. He got back up in no time. Both of them took a fighting stance and were ready to face me. This made me certain that they weren't just two people out for a walk, they were clearly after me. It felt much easier than dealing with Rena. Just by not recognizing their faces, by not knowing them, it made things easier. I smiled wryly on the inside. What do you want with me? Next one is gonna be running your face, you bastard! It's fine, it was just a bluff. By barking at them, I was able to fire myself up. They didn't respond. They spread out to either side of me with unbelievably calm expressions on their faces. One of them would grab onto my bat, and the other would hold me down. Is that plan? Taking on both of them at once would be impossible. Hot sweat poured down from every pore in my body. Then, just to settle with the first move, I stepped in and struck the first one down. Now with my target down to the man on the right, who had already been knocked down before, I stepped in and swung with all my might. There was no way for an unarmed person to guard against it. It would cause immense damage. If they blocked it with their arm, their bone would snap like a twig. If they turned their back to it, then it was possible that the blow would travel all the way to the vital organs. It looked like he was aware of this. He pushed farther through the kill zone between us and delivered a fist right in my gut. Not good. With this distance, in this position, and in this state, there was no way for me to dodge it. The world flipped upside down. I understood that I was being tossed around like a rag doll. I landed on the soft earth without a sound, feeling the grainy soil against my face.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt at all. But the moment I thought that, I suddenly felt a pain coming from the aberrations on my skin, as well as the contents of my stomach being forced upwards, flooding my mouth with a bitter sensation. I knew very well that I didn't have time to relish this experience. I stood up as quickly as I could, but at that moment the other man was already bowling towards me. Being able to comprehend calmly that I simply couldn't dodge it made it all the more upsetting. After plowing into my stomach full force once again, my assailant twisted around behind me and locked his thick arm around my neck.
His thick arm.
Yes, that you had to. You really had to emphasize that, did you?
Yeah, thick with 2 C's.
I was spelled with a K.
Oh yeah, but it should have been spelled with 2 C's.
No, that's the other thing. Stop it! He's a minor!
Prince David gets it.
My throat felt like it was being crushed by the immense strength.
By the immense thickness.
I couldn't even contemplate that I was being strangled, or that I was going to go unconscious. My vision simply darkened, and a silent whining noise began playing deep inside my mind. It took everything I had to keep myself from blacking out. While this was happening, the other man was more than likely standing in front of me. I wasn't able to open my eyes, but I could feel that he was there. There was nothing I could do now. Unable to shake this arm off me, I couldn't run. I couldn't fight back. Dire straits. I couldn't even come up with the phrase that adequately described my situation. And then Keiichi died.
Oh no.
Familiar ceiling.
Was it just all a dream? Yeah.
So here's the thing, okay, that I'm genuinely confused about. I've played this before, and this section is weird in the anime. Because what happens in the anime is that, like, the same thing happens with Rena is, like, chasing after him, okay? But then he sees two guys, okay, in fucking, like, weird, like, white overall suits, and they chase after him. And he manages to get away, or whatever, or gets punked or something, and he still wakes up. But, like, I'm just confused in this situation, though, did that actually happen?
Like, how much of it was a dream? Was the part with Rena a dream, too?
That's the problem. That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm still just confused about this entire section.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
The smell of the pillow and the bed and the pillows. I knew them well. Was this my room? Normally there wouldn't be anyone in my room besides me, but their presence made me spring wide awake. When did that pain shot through my entire body?
Feeling alright? I think you'd better just lie down for a bit.
Alright, I forgot about this. So I'm assuming. So this is the only thing. I can think of. Okay, either those people were real, they beat up Keiichi, and then Rena scared them off with the hatchet, or they weren't real, and Keiichi just had a panic attack.
Or they were real. Rena didn't scare them off because she was in on it. She just carried him home afterwards.
He just looks over, he just sees the hatchet in the corner of the room. Why was Rena in my room? Blood began to surge from my muscles and my what the
capillaries.
Capillaries, thank you.
Yes, isn't that your heart?
Maybe?
I think it is. I think those are parts of your heart, maybe?
But Rena's smile belonged to the Rena I knew.
Part of your blood, Frito. I thought she carried him home, but I can't remember all the details of what happened. I think she did.
I'm assuming she did carry him though, but the thing is, like, what's kind of like the thing that's always like weirded me out about this section is that were the people that attacked him real, or is this just a situation where, like, we're looking from just Keiichi's perspective and, like, there was no one actually there?
Also small blood vessels, but are the capillaries in your heart specifically, or do you have them, like, throughout your body? That's the hard part. Keiichi is losing his mind. I think the fact that you can't tell almost has a little bit of charm to it, because it shows how far gone Keiichi is.
I think that's kind of the point. That's kind of like what makes the visual novel aspect of this work really well.
Yeah.
It's just why, like, for the anime, you kind of have to, like, almost orchestrate, like, certain scenes to really make it work.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the hard part. All of your body.
All of your body. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you. I like learning.
Oh, I read this.
Okay,
I knew I shouldn't let myself feel this way, but I relaxed thinking that this version of Rena was safe. Why am I...
Don't you remember?
I'm losing consciousness. Nothing at all.
Yeah, visual novels and anime are different mediums. That's why Nidigo Overdose makes sense to have an original anime story instead of adapting a route from the game. Yeah, that one's a hard adaptation because there's so many endings.
I was gonna say, like, it's kind of impossible to really adapt, like, an anime based on Nidigo Overdose by following the game's route, though, because it doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't do that because the fact being, okay, like, it's meant to play around with the game's mechanics.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you have, like, each episode ends with a different route. But I like that they gave it a unique story.
Bad.
They did Clannad well, but even then, VMs are always more interesting stories. Yeah, I never watched Clannad. A lot of people I knew were into it, though, back in the day. But I've never watched it or played the visual novel.
My body had become more lethargic than I ever could have imagined. I guess that would have been the expected outcome after exerting everything I had back there. I tried to at least clear my head, but I just couldn't shake the sluggish feeling out of my mind.
I called the doctor. He should be here soon. I think you'd better just lie down until then.
Ah, yes, the doctor. That we don't know who the doctor is, though. Unless you watch the anime, though, then you know who the doctor is. Because the anime kind of just throws it right in your face. I wasn't injured seriously enough to merit calling a doctor.
Prince David doesn't remember a doctor. I don't remember a doctor either. But I watched the OG anime, like the old one.
That's the funny thing on the doctor that the Keiichi sees is you're not supposed to know who he is until like the second chapter.
Okay, so don't tell me.
You know who it is. It's the only
I don't remember. Don't tell me. I don't remember. I don't want spoilers. If it's been long enough for me to forget, then it's like I'm doing it all over again. You know?
Fair enough. But knowing that someone impartial was coming was slightly reassuring. Oh, I remember now. Don't say anything, David, then. Why am I here? I'm sure I was at the dam site.
That damn site.
Where is that damn site, damn?
That's what I want to know. What happened? When I got there, Keiichi-kun was already passed out.
That's why I'm the one who wants to know. I was attacked by two weirdos. As I talked about it, I finally remember what happened right before I passed out. Recalling that memory and the terror that went along with it caused the fogginess around my head to clear right up. Let's forget about those two for now. I didn't expect Rena to be nursing me.
I know, that sounds like such a dream.
I thought Rena was trying to kill me.
Why not both?
She would have had the perfect chance while I was unconscious. Not only did she not kill me, she had nursed me back to health. Amazing. Amazing you dragged me all the way back here.
Hi, Ente. Hi. I like those emojis. Those are nice. Very nice.
I'm surprised that's even allowed on Twitch.
There's no nip. It's fine.
It's not even the point.
There's no nip. It's fine, guys. You're overreacting.
Wasn't that heavy? Looking at Rena's delicate frame, it was hard to believe that she only It was hard to believe she only not only got me back home, but even dragged me all the way up to the second floor. Imagine all she's just doing is dragging Keiichi up the stairs, going ow, 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 ow. He's like, Keiichi's like, do your worst, you two bastards! I'll fight you all. He's just banging his head. Just dreaming he's still fighting those two guys at the damn site. Did she have some help?
Don't you remember, Keiichi-kun?
Rena appeared a bit surprised, but still kept a smile. That's not a smile.
I only popped you on my shoulder. You said you could walk on your own and that you were fine. You don't remember?
So that's interesting. Keiichi doesn't remember him like saying this to Rena.
Yeah, he going through full psychosis now.
I didn't remember. My memory was fuzzy after the point where I lost conscious. What about those two?
Huh?
When you got there, Rena, the ones with me, or rather, those two guys.
There wasn't anyone.
She said it so bluntly. The way she stated it felt slightly unpleasant. I was just too timid at the time. I might have been able to force some answers out of Rena. But if I did that, then this kind Rena might transform into the scary Rena who I didn't know. Fearing that, I didn't press any further. Thinking about it, it was the obvious choice. If both of those men were there, I don't think Rena would have stood a chance. I could find a way to explain it unless I assume she brought me out here after those two were already gone. Rena was still smiling. Her eyes sparkled warmly. Yet, I felt like I was hallucinating when I saw something. Something akin to a shadow slowly creeping across her face. That small omen sends shivers down my spine. While Rena was still Rena, I needed to make contact. I needed to contact Oisan. Rena stopped me when I tried to get out of bed. He said it would aggravate my wounds, so I should sleep. I had to go to the bathroom, though.
Sorry.
Rena couldn't say anything else. While Rena stayed in the room, I quickly went downstairs to get the phone receiver in the living room.
Oh, he's gonna call his dog Oishi, huh?
I gotta call my home. I gotta go and call my homie dog real quick.
Not the piggy.
When I approached the front door, the doorbell rang. Ding dong, bing bong.
Bing bong.
Oh, I'm going to Japan this summer. Guess I'll be hearing those cicadas. Depending where you're going.
I'm still so jealous. Take me with you, please. I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Well, maybe with your job, you can
I know. Tokyo, Osaka, Hiroshima. Those are all so cool. Take pictures. Show me pictures.
Wait a minute. One of those places isn't there anymore.
Wait.
Sorry. I just saw that. I'm thinking, wait a minute. One of those places isn't there anymore. No, I'm just taking the.
Or did they fix it up? Maybe they fixed it up.
Oh no, they did. They definitely did fix it. I was just making more of a joke.
Oh my gosh! Bad joke.
It must have been the Dr. Rena called.
It's a nice city. I wanna go to Ikebukuro. I wanna go to Sanrio Puro Land. I wanna go to so many places.
Oh, gotta start saving that money up.
Yes. I definitely will be able to soon with my new job. Well, not super soon, but in a year or two, I could probably swing it.
Focus on paying off everything else first before. Look, better to get that stuff. Better to get your life in order first before splurging.
Yeah, but you could die. So I want to do it before I die.
That's not a good excuse.
That's how I base all of my spending habits.
You do realize, okay, that if you die, okay, all your debts, okay, get passed on to your family, right?
Really, dead ass?
Yeah, like some things will some debts will get passed on to family. It depends on the debt. That's
fucked up.
I think student loans don't because student loans, but other things they can do.
Okay.
I think you need a will to move stuff around properly. I don't know how to do it.
I want to put in my will that my debt is the government's problem.
You would not be allowed to do that. A lawyer would immediately tell you my client can my client did a fucky wucky, so we had to redact it.
You're gonna go again in 2028, David? I can probably go in 2028. Let's make it happen. Group field trip.
It's strange for a patient to welcome in the doctor who was making a house call. But it will be incredibly reassuring to have him here for the considerable time it will take Oishi-san to get here. I can't see open the door with that simple assumption and regret it almost instantly. Oh, okay, yeah, we're literally about to end this game today.
Let's do it, group trip, hell fucking yes.
Mion? Oh, you look just fine. I heard you collapsed, so I came to check up on you. How did you know I collapsed? I heard from Rena over the phone. Do I need any reason than that? Fucking bitch, you used my fucking parents' phone line. That's expensive. Give me the money. Phone calls are expensive, love. I understand why she would call a doctor. But why Mion too? Rena was descending the stairs behind me. Rena, doesn't Kei-chan look pretty alright? Sheesh, maybe worry for nothing.
Kinda tempted to play Higurashi later? Yes, we've successfully primed you.
I don't like. That's probably the better word to use.
That's true. Maybe I worried for nothing as well.
They both began laughing.
I've been putting it off because I'm scared of what's gonna happen. It's fun to be scared.
Well, that chapter's where like it starts like kicking it up a notch.
Yeah.
It appeared to be for cheerful laughter, but I couldn't shake the feeling that there was a darkness looming over them. Whoa, what's up with this shoe rack? How'd it get like this? I fell. I fell over.
That was pissing me off. That shoe rack pissed me off.
I thought that there was a spider. So I want to try and kill it. The shoe rack that smashed into pieces have been like that since yesterday. Well, I fell, you see. And the bed I was holding at the time slammed into it. This is what happens when you swing around something you're not used to handling. To be fair, he didn't say swing it, he just said, like, fell. He could have just made the excuse that he just fell backwards onto it.
Yeah.
I kept the fact that it was none of her business to myself.
But leaving it like this will really startle your parents when they get home. I'll fix it up for you later.
No, come on, Kei-chan. You're terminally ill, need the rest. Come, back in bed. I don't want to go to bed. Both of them urged me upstairs. I had no choice but to call Wee-san.
Oh no, I had no chance to call the piggy pig.
I had no choice, no chance. I'm fucked. I was pushed into my bed as I stared at the ceiling. It was the first time Mion had been in my room. She began searching around it intently. Rena's not been in your room either.
No, she's been there.
Well, I mean, technically now she has. But she's not. She didn't step. Here's the thing. She was invited into the house.
She's also been in his room. Because remember the one day she was stalking him?
Yeah, but she didn't step into his room.
Wasn't she in his room before he got home?
No. Remember though, she came over and then, like, the dad was like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me you had a girl coming over?" And it's like, what?
Hi, Ezekiel. Hello. Hi.
Welcome in. She flirted around my room and was scolded by Rena. You can imagine how it went. It was uncomfortable having my room poked around, but the conversation was so benign that it was heartwarming.
Ah! I didn't mean to scroll, sorry.
He goes, Rena, did you call the director?
Yep. Right after I called Michan. He said he'd be right over.
Director? That out-of-place word gave me a bad feeling. Rena called a doctor. Then Mion called. And after that, she called a director? Who's this director? Since Rena and Mion's conversation was so peaceful, it only felt slightly odd. What are you two talking about? Who's this director? Didn't you know, Kei-chan? We mean the director when we say director.
Like the director of a movie? Or like a foreman of a construction site?
Why is that like the thing you would say? More things to say when he's been acting weird. Especially because like he's been bringing up like the fact being okay that people have not been telling him about what's been going on the damn site. You feel like that would be the one thing you don't bring up.
Right.
I dug through all my memories for a director who might have had business with me. Only one thing came to mind. What Ren had just said. The construction site foreman. The very first victim of the first incident. The dismemberment of the damn construction site. The foreman? But that was strange. He was supposed to be dead. There was no way they would call him. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. What does that director have to do with me? You said he was coming. You mean to my house? I asked one obvious question after another. But all the two of them did was smile coolly at each other. There was a huge difference between how the two of them appeared and how my suspicions were playing out. Slowly, I felt discomfort and panic welling up inside of me. I couldn't understand what Renu and Mion were talking about. Kei-chan, you've gone into baseball lately, haven't you? Pretty sure the director will be happy to hear that. So who is this director?
The director is the director.
So who is this director? Renu and Mion looked at each other and laughed heartily. A disturbing cackle unpleasantly resounded around me. That laugh, long enough to be unsettling, ended abruptly. Oh yeah! We should finish up before the director comes! You remember, don't you, Kei-chan? Her face was laughing. But Mion's eyes told a different story. Remember what?
Keiichi-kun, have you forgotten, I wonder? About the penalty. About the penalty. Did you really forget? The homework with the mochi? The homework where you were supposed to guess which one Rena made? You forgot about that homework, didn't you?
Said he did have that homework. But I had thrown away the rest of the ohagi after I found that sewing needle. So I wasn't able to answer which one Rena made. Penalty for that? Why now? No doubt my question was written all over my face. The answer to my question was that dry laughter. I could no longer make heads or tails of anything. I began to think that this entire day was somehow insane. Strange. Incomprehensible. Being chased by Rena. Attacked by a strange men. Penalty Mion and Rena were talking about.
Don't forget the director.
What were those two laughing at? It didn't take long for me to realize I had been dragged into an abnormal situation. Who were these two? Who were these people? Who were these doppelgangers of Renu and Mion? Oh, there's the eyes again. Renu had gotten behind me at some point.
You're so cute.
Why was she pinning my arms behind my back?
Oh my god, I want her to do that to me.
What are you doing?
Don't move. This is your penalty.
My body was already very sluggish, and Rena pinning my arms made it much more harder to move. I seriously tried to struggle, but she wouldn't even budge. My panic began to well up, and I realized this was well beyond the realm of jokes and pleasantries. This freakishly monstrous strength. It would have been impossible for the Rena I knew. Then, those thin, frail arms grasped me firmly. Whose arms were they? Kei-chan, no struggling. Club rule number. It doesn't really matter which one. You can't fight against the penalty. Mion. No, that thing that looked like Mion spoke to me like how Mion would speak to me. But I was certain that this was not Mion. Someone who wasn't Mion. Someone who was just pretending to be Mion. Need to finish this up before the director comes. Mion fished into her pocket and pulled out something bizarre. I could tell what it was just by looking at it. But for such a thing to be in her pocket, My mind wouldn't accept it. What is that? It was a small syringe. It was a small, clear syringe. The kind of doctor might use if you went to them with a high fever. Venna held me even tighter. And I could hear that clattering laughter that no longer sounded like a laughter blow into my ears. That eerie laughter. It wasn't something that Venna that I knew could even produce from my own throat. This thing that was pretending to be Venna. Was this their real laugh?
Here we go.
Unable to defend myself, the syringe Mion was hiding drew closer. And that needle tip was waved in front of my face countless times. Don't worry, don't worry. It won't hurt, it won't hurt. What are you planning on doing? What kind of sick joke is this? What are you saying, Kei-chan? You know exactly what's going on, don't you? About what? I don't understand any of this. I know you know. No use playing the fool this late in the game. Stop talking nonsense to try and confuse me. You're going to have done to you what happened to Tomitake. What?
Does she not say that in the anime or the manga? Because I don't remember her saying that. But it has been a while.
I believe she does not say
okay,
that.
that makes sense. Because I don't remember that. Cool. This is cool. I am happy to be experiencing the visual novel.
I'll probably end up looking again because I'll probably end up looking for images to use for the last thumbnail.
Oh hell yes.
Same as Tomitake-san? I didn't even understand what she meant. What did that have to do with the syringe?
You're playing dumb, Keiichi-kun. You should have realized it by now.
Venna whispered into my ear, laughing as if to abolish me.
I really liked the sound of her whispering. That was nice. I want some Mina ASMR.
But even the way she spoke was repulsive beyond compare. Plain dumb? Me? About what? What do you mean the same as Tomitake-san? Everyone thought at first that it was a hit and run. Except when the officer got closer to check if he was still alive, you soon noticed it wasn't a normal situation. His foot was scratched out. From a knife or something? No. Nails. Ew, scion is a tsundere confirmed. Damn, what the fuck? Damn, Jesse, what the hell?
Wait, how did you get that from that? I'm so confused.
Jesse's coming the worst time ever. Okay, literally as Keiichi's being he thinks he's about to get pricked by a fucking syringe.
Also, hi Desi, nice to meet you. Hi.
I hope you had a good day at work, Desi. And thank you for popping in this one more time.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for following. Thank you.
Thank you, Desi. I appreciate that. Nails? As in nails and fingernails? With those gouged thoughts. That's right. Tomitake-san had clawed out his own throat with his own nails and died. There's no way someone could die like that. So then, for that to happen, we thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of that nature was detected. That's right. I always come at the best time, especially when it comes to Scion. You do. You 1000% do. The police didn't find any drugs in Tomitake's system. The police told me they didn't find any drugs in Tomitake-san's body.
Gue.
Who's even saying this? It's just Keiichi. The two of them laughed together with that. Oh, is that what that was?
Oh, I didn't think
It's
that
just-
was the after.
It's,
Quick,
it's just a bunch of, it's just a bunch of Frenchmen laughing. Quick. Of course they laugh. To assume that such a medicine didn't exist just because the police didn't know about it was completely foolish. Meaning, the drug that caused Tomotake's-san to die in such a bizarre manner did exist. If Mion injected this into me, then that would probably be all the proof I needed. It would basically mean I'd end up the same as Tomatake. Become hysterical, scratching down my throat in the last moments, then die. For such an outrageous drug to exist. For Mion to be holding it. That I was being injected with it. At that moment, I did not feel there was any need whatsoever to question it. What kind of idiot, when he's trying to dodge a ball flying straight for his face, has time to think of a reason as to why it's flying at him? Just give up already then. Mion's actions lacked any gravitas, and that made it even more terrifying.
Gravitas.
There was none of that ceremony like when someone was sentenced to death. There was no hesitation at all, as if she was brushing her teeth.
I kind of wish one of these characters could sound like Tim Curry. Can you make one of them sound like Tim Curry?
I guess I can do Keiichi for a bit.
Yay!
Give me the next line. Mion reached out with one hand and grabbed onto my chest.
Oh, her hair's pink. I like that.
Ah, hair turned pink. It felt like electricity ran through the back of my head, and the entire world had gone dark and pink. Did I stand up too fast? Or did someone hit me really hard in the back of my head?
I don't know. I like this. I'm enjoying this.
Having lost my sense of balance, I was assaulted by waves of dizziness. Ah, Tim Curry's going to heaven! Ah! Ah! Oh, it's just the chapter ended. Now what's gonna happen? It's not gonna give us tips now, is it?
Oh, no tips.
I squatted down for a bit, and when I came back to my senses, my entire room had drastically changed. The numbness in my head was gone, and slowly, I could feel blood flow into my extremities again. How long had I been squatting here? How many minutes? Or has it been hours? It was almost as if the hands on the clock stopped moving the entire time my eyes were closed. That's how little time had passed. Really? The air in the room wasn't filled with the madness from before, only a dull silence. Renna wasn't there, pinning my arms, and Mion wasn't there, about to inject me with a needle. No way. Could it be? All of it? Was it just a hallucination?
It was all a dream.
Was I raving mad? Wendell! There was no presence in the room besides my own. It was the weirdest experience I'd ever had. I was certainly with Renner and Mion. I doubted my sanity for a moment, but I was also seized with some sort of comfort. I guess that terrible ordeal was just a hallucination. Neither Renner nor Mion, they wouldn't even do something so terrible. My head grew hot. I could tell my emotions were welling up. Why? I did it. I made him do Tim Curry.
I'm glad you did. I'm enjoying this so much.
There wasn't a reason to cry. Why? It was sorrow. Why was I sad? I don't understand. Ask him to do it a lot. He likes it.
Oh, bet. We should have one of the characters be Tim Curry from now on.
I mean, I guess I can make fucking Oishi just be him then. I guess.
Yeah, but I also like Oishi sounding fat.
Okay, then I have to find another character to make him be voiced by Tim Curry then. I guess. There's a few more characters in this. I just gotta find one. I don't understand. Kind to everyone, not discriminating against age or gender. Mion. That Mion was sprawled by the window in an unnatural pose. Blood stained her a deep red from her head down to her chest. Bright crimson smeared on the walls. That splatter had undoubtedly come from Mion. She always had a bright smile and was kind to me from the day I transferred. Renna. Alright, I did my job. So time for me to take my leave. Had an amazing rest of your stream, you two. Also what?
Also ... Hi, Ectoplasma Chris. Hi. I'm doing good. How are you?
Welcome in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Biddies.
Yay, thank you so much. Thank you. I so appreciate it.
Yume. Thank you for supporting it.
Yay.
Also, this is just a cloud effect. I know this effect. It's in Vegas.
Is it really? Oh my god. I'm surprised I didn't know this.
Yeah, this is like a template you can actually use in Vegas, funny enough.
Doing chores, hope you have a lovely day. Thank you. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you for stopping by.
That same Renna was slumped at my feet and was making the same pool of blood as Mion.
Dot.
I couldn't comprehend what had happened.
Well, first your friends were threatening you, and then you blacked out, and now your friends are dead. So, I'm pretty sure you can connect the puzzle pieces here, man.
Unless you want to pick up the anime where he's just screaming, he's just scratching heads in. Did someone come to save me? Then he beat those two down? This metal bat?
Come on, Keiichi, I know you're not that stupid.
I finally noticed the weight in my right hand. How long had it been there? It was Satoshi's metal bat. It was covered in deep red. There was no doubt that this was the weapon used to mutilate both of them. And I was the one holding that weapon.
Dude, imagine how cooked he would be if his parents just came home right now.
Mom, Dad, this is just a misunderstanding. They had a syringe. This is what it looks like. They had Mexican in the balls. It was self-defense. I was the only person in the house. What? Look at this objectively. I couldn't think of anyone other than myself who could have done it.
Thank you, Keiichi. Thank you. Punishment game. Yeah. Keiichi served the punishment this time.
I did this. That's right. Keiichi Maebara. Of course I did it. Oh, I just realized something. There's another thing that's actually a bit different compared to the anime and this. Because like when it happened, when Keiichi's brought back home, okay, it's already dark.
Yeah.
But like when Keiichi's brought back, it's still technically daytime. But like before, it was like sunset.
Oh, that's such a small detail. I did not know this.
I only remember that though, because I think that's because I always remember that flipping scene very well.
Yeah.
I told myself gently, as if coaxing myself. Hey, me. There's no reason for you to remember it, nor is there a need to regret it.
I don't know, dude. Maybe you should regret it just a little bit.
No, they tried to give me a needle.
Who knows? Maybe it was just like a cold medicine because he had a cold, you know?
or it could just be something else.
Hormones.
Not what I meant. Eat or be eaten. You get that, don't you?
違う
But the blood.
違う
Blood, that's so much. Neither Rena nor Mion had moved an inch. Can I just say that I'm actually kind of surprised that this visual novel didn't do this, but I'm actually kind of glad it didn't do that. I'm very happy that they didn't decide like just make a CG background, where there's blood over the wall or something like that. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that.
Why are you glad though? I'm curious.
Because like I feel like in a situation like this, you having like still looking at the same like sort of background that it was originally, though, to keep yourself like back, it's basically like just to throw you off until it brings up the point that there is blood, and it's when he only notices the bodies. That's the main thing. If you like seen the blood, that means you're kind of like, oh, something bad happened immediately. It's that sort of thing.
Oh, I see. So we see it how he sees it when he first wakes up before he pans over to the bodies.
Yes, that's basically.
Yeah,
like,
I see. It
wasn't just a split forehead or a trickle of blood. Nothing that simple.
I love how this is written. Me too. This is a peak visual novel.
The entire room was splattered with red that it told me it didn't end with just 2 or 3 strikes.
死んじまったのか
Are they dead?
二人とも
Both of them. The depths of my mind were calm, but on the surface I was panicking and agitated. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. What happened to your usual calm self? I don't know! You fucking killed something!
Yeah, that's probably what happened to it, man.
Come on now. Do like you always do. Throw your head back and take a deep breath. I don't think that's gonna help. People like, okay, Keiichi, don't worry, don't panic. Take a deep breath. Come on. Once. Twice. Breathe deeply. Calm down. Calm down. I chanted that over and over in my head and relaxed. Yeah, you can see like it's like evening because you can see like a little bit of the sun's hue.
Yeah, the sunset is hitting the windows.
Not the windows. It's more like it's hidden. You can see like a little bit of an orange hue around the lamp.
Yeah, I see.
It's faint. It's just it's basically just a way to like show like it's a bit more of the sun is setting and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
The color came back to my senses and smells reinfused. I don't think you want the smells reinfused because at this point, okay, you've got blood, and potential bodily functions have now been deactivated.
Yeah, the scents are gonna be pretty bad.
At the same time, I remember what happened when I blacked out. Venom and Mion had attacked me. They were about to inject me with whatever caused the same symptoms as Tomitake-san. But right before that happened, I fought back. Twisted my whole body and threw Rena as she was pinning my arms. Then I followed through with a spin and ran my feet as hard as I could into Mion's torso. It was soft. Rena tried jumping on me, so I tackled her as hard as I could and slammed her against the wall. I didn't let that brief moment of having them off balance slip by. Sadashi's bat that was left carelessly by the side of my desk. Flip.
Weep.
At that moment, everything went black. There was nothing recorded past this point in the videotape of my mind. No, that wasn't right. It wasn't that there was nothing recorded. It recorded just fine. Just the other me inside myself had told me not to look and had turned off the TV. Just because the screen had gone black, I couldn't see it. Didn't mean that the videotape within me hadn't recorded it. The TV was just off. The video was still playing. The tape within me, creaking along, still playing. I feel like this TV analogy doesn't really work when you think like how a TV actually works.
Yeah, it's a little convoluted.
I feel like this would make more sense if they were talking about like a cassette tape, and it's like it's the idea is like the cassette tape is still playing okay, like it's recording what's happening okay, but like you're just trying to pretend you don't hear it or see it. It's like sort of like that auditory like sort of thing. But I get the
Yeah.
point. I get the point, but like the TV analogy doesn't really work because like. Well, I get it, but it's weird because obviously a TV, you turn it off, okay, you're not really seeing what's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
But
guess that's
you gotta remember these kids are too young to know what a cassette tape is anyways.
not really, because remember this was based in the 80s.
Yeah, but nowadays these kids don't know what that is.
I don't know. Some of the newer generation wants to go back to the more days
Oh
of
yeah, they
analog.
like retro aesthetics.
On the other end of that pitch black screen, that horrifying video was still playing on. Oh, okay, that makes a bit more sense. It's like the context of that, yeah, sure. Compared to this though, this scene right before my eyes was still so difficult to take in. There was blood splattered everywhere on the walls, the two of them in these unnatural positions. I'm generally surprised this motherfucker's not thrown up. Because like that's usually like the thing you hear, okay, when someone kills someone, they throw up.
Yeah, maybe Keiichi's soulless.
Not a sign of movement from them. I couldn't even tell if they were breathing. No matter what the circumstances were, my friends, these girls, I had attacked them. I may have even killed them.
May? May? What do you mean May?
I think he's just trying to rationalize things a bit. But if I hadn't done this, I would have been the one done for. Balancing that on an imaginary scale, it felt odd that I'd felt even bad about it. Even if it was a bit excessive, this was justifiable self-defense. That's not how that works. The proof was all here. The two of them collapsed here in Mion's syringe. Mion's syringe filled with some unknown drug would certainly solve the mystery surrounding the incident with Tomitake.
What if they look at it and they realize it's just like something completely innocent?
It's just air.
Or it's just like candy that they were gonna put in his mouth.
It's one of those joke syringe thingy bobs, like a candy syringe.
Yeah!
Like they don't exist.
Oh my gosh! When I went to the convention, this one girl had Jello shot syringes, so I got to have my Jello shot out of a syringe, like a not a real syringe, but you know, like the kind that you put candy in.
I know what you meant.
It was so fun.
And from the fact that both of those two were involved, they'll be able to pick out the criminals one after another. But no, wait, hold on, no, wait, no. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, well, first things first, okay. That implies that, like, oh, hey, that means that Rena's parents were involved.
Right.
What kind of logic? What kind of? I understand the Mion one, but like Rena, what does she have to do with any of this? Still, I might be suspected for this. Oh, gee, I wonder why.
Right. Like you don't think.
Just like the fact being it's just me and you in his room, and he's like, we're just sat here, just contemplate what he's just been doing. He's like, they might suspect me for this. I'm like, oh, gee, you think?
Right. He's being too nonchalant about just killing his friends for real.
But that was fine. That was just fine. Anyway, now this should be a police affair. This wouldn't fade into the darkness like Rena's past incidents. As long as the police were involved, this should bring this to a close. Don't know about that. They'll probably revisit their investigations on the chain of incidents. Oisan would definitely get to the bottom of it. Meaning my wish of not wanting to die, of wanting to know the truth, that will be fulfilled in its most basic form. It was all a matter of time now. The doctor Rena called should be getting here soon. I'll confess everything to him. I needed to contact Oisan. That moment I remembered. It says the doctor, a director, had been called. It was easy to imagine that they were someone deeply involved with the incidents, judging from Ren and Mion's conversation. The ache in my chest, caused by the gruesome deed I done, disapparated rapidly. It was not over yet. This place was no longer safe. Stay calm, Keiichi Maebara. It's not over yet. I needed to live long enough to tell the police of this incident. At that moment, I felt like I heard someone's voice from outside. Since people were speaking, it must mean that there was more than one person. I moved the curtain ever so slightly and peered outside. It was a bizarre sight. About 4 or 5 grown men were all gathered at the gate. They very much resembled the 2 men that had assaulted me at the dam site today. Those 2 might even be among them.
Among Us.
No. There was one person wearing a white coat. He didn't look like a doctor at all. My gut told me that he was in disguise, only posing as a doctor. That guy would probably ring the bell and get me to open the front door. Pretend to be a doctor to get me to open the door, and then the rest of them would all rush in at once. At that moment, I saw the car parked behind the men, and my heart nearly skipped a beat. White van! No mistaking it. That van, the one that tried to run me down. The man in the white coat entered the gate and headed towards the front door. The rest of the men hid in the bushes and watched.
What's suspect?
Probably couldn't pretend that I wasn't home. Undoubtedly, they'd just break the windows and enter. I don't think they'll do that. I need to get out of here somehow. Then use the public phone to call Oisan. And then meet up somewhere. First of all, I need a weapon. Then shoes. Before all that, there was one thing I had to do. I had no intention of dying. I'd live, and reveal the truth about this nonsensical curse or Yoshio-sama. But what would happen from here on? Regardless of how determined I was, I may bring about my demise. And that was why. There was one more important thing than getting out of here right now. This is the clock. I need to get that clock out. I need to get that clock out quickly and take down the note hidden behind it. Damn it! The tape was sticking to it fast. It'd be fine if it was torn a little. I opened up slightly torn. I opened up the slightly torn note and began writing another passage with a ballpoint pen. I wasn't able to inform Oisan. Then the only thing I could rely on was this note. I never thought a piece of torn, Collins-ruled notebook paper could be this reliable.
Is it reliable if I eat it?
I mean, I don't know if it'd be reliable enough to be of substantial nourishment. But
Well, it might not be of substantial nourishment, but then no one would know what he said. So maybe it's not as reliable as you thought.
I had no time. I'd only written what I knew right now. I think the idea was to try and get him to see the note more than anything else.
No, he's trying to write a note for the people who entered his house, but they will not be able to read the note if I eat it.
I needed to leave some sort of information that would lead them to uncover the truth. Renner and Mion are conspirators of the perpetrators. This was an undeniable fact. I still didn't want to believe it. But it was a fact. Anyway, I'll leave all the information that would help lead them to find the perpetrators. There were 4 or 5 adults, maybe more. They have a white van. That was everything I was able to see from the window. There may be more. Also, there was that unidentified person known as the director. To begin with, the term director didn't even mesh with Hinamizawa at all. If they were going to include the director from the past incidents, then the only one is the construction foreman, the victim from the first murder. The very first victim in the chain of incidents. Killed in a lynching, his body divided into 6 pieces. His right arm was never discovered. The police should have confirmed that death. But Reno and Mion both call him director. They said director. They wouldn't use that term to refer to as someone who was dead. The police would never have even conceived that someone who was deceased could be involved. Could that be some sort of oversight? I didn't know. But even if I didn't know, it could be a big hint for Oishi. That's right. They needed to start fresh from the first incident. It wasn't just a simple dismemberment, but the start of the string of mysterious deaths that would follow. So then, there must be something hidden there. Please reinvestigate the victim from the dismemberment incident. He's alive. His death should have been established after an autopsy. Man, this is a fucking long note.
Right?
It's like writing a college essay right now. It's like the people like trying to bang down his door.
Yeah!
Is there someone in? Dear diary. Scary people are trying to kill me. I killed my 2 friends. Now people with a white van are trying to kidnap me with candy.
The people with the white van just enter the house and, like, rip up the note.
They just stand there thinking, what the fuck are you doing?
Maybe he'd still be alive if he didn't have to write this note.
His death should have been established from after an autopsy. Logically, you would think as much. But was that really the case? Could it have been some sort of ploy that they were able to deceive the police with? I mean, it could be a lot of things. I shouldn't jump to conclusions.
If he's worried about the people coming in through the window, wouldn't they have done that by now, though? with this note?
Yeah, logically speaking, he probably should have heard some windows being smashed.
Right.
But he may still be alive. I had no time to ponder right now. Oh yeah. There's something even more important I needed to write. Tomitake-san's death was from an unknown drug. That's right. That drug. It was an irreplaceable piece of evidence. No doubt, just by having this, everything would be uncovered. I couldn't just leave that vital clue lie on the floor. That syringe was proof.
No, don't leave it. Don't. Fucking dumbass. Dumbass. He should keep that with him.
Writing that down, I stuck the syringe onto the back of the clock with plenty of tape.
Yeah, no, that's stupid.
So it absolutely would not slip out and fall to the floor. Firmly. Oh shit! he just goes, oh shit!
Oh shit! Wait, was that you? Was that you or the game?
No, it was me. It's just the idea. Kate hears the doorbell and just goes, oh shit!
I genuinely thought that was the game at first. Oh my god.
No, the game would make that very apparent that, as the doorbell rang, I jumped through the window, killing someone. The doorbell rang. They were here. I couldn't write anymore.
See, I think leaving the syringe on the clock is stupid, because they're just gonna take it. Like, they're gonna find it and take it.
No one's gonna look behind the clock, that's stupid.
No, but they have, like, uncanny intuition.
But even still, there was one thing I had to write. I have no idea why it has become like this. This may be the closest thing to the truth out of everything I wrote on this note. If you're reading this, then I'm probably already dead. Though, you may or may not find my body. If I was going to write out everything that could happen, either dying from the curse, or being demoned away. You who are reading this, please uncover the truth. That is my only desire. No! Can't be bothered to do that. Also, this is set in the 80s. With this, my last will and testament was complete. It wasn't certain that I was going to die, but it was my final plea, just in case. I folded the note, stuck it back onto the back of the clock, and returned the clock back to its usual spot. I couldn't help but pray. Oi-san, if something happens to me, I'll leave the rest to you. After that, I gazed down silently at Rena and Mion. This was probably the last time we'd see each other. Rena. Mion.
俺
I
女の子と
really had
本
thought
当に友
all of
達
us
だ
were
と思って
friends.
たんだぜ
I'd had to end up like this. But I'd never had any fun in my previous school. I only worried about standardized tests. About if the school I'd hoped to get into was really where I really wanted to go, or a safety net. That was all I talked about. It was a dull life. The people I called friends were also my rivals in studying, in competitions, in personal records, and standardized tests. Everyone who had taught me how unhealthy that lifestyle was. This month was really fun. Making a fuss over lunch, making a fuss over the club, making a fuss over the festival. Something hot began dripping from my face. Uncontrollable tears. I should have had no obligation to shed tears for them. But they wouldn't stop. Even if they were after my life. Even if they were trying to kill me. Everything that happened this month, I wouldn't forget it. Or could it be those happy days? Were all a facade as well? Was it all a trap? Meticulously orchestrated up until today to ensnare me? Could it have been that I had just arbitrarily assumed that they were my friends? That couldn't have been the case. Both Reno and Mion, they really were my friends. Those happy days, there was nothing fake or unclear about them. Someone probably forced them to try and kill me. Or their minds were taken over, possessed by some supernatural entity known as Oyoshiwo-sama. Regardless, both Reno and Mion, they were the best friends ever. And when they were coming after me, it wasn't of their own volition. But they weren't the kind of people to sell off their friends, no matter what means were employed to force them. And there was no way such a thing as being possessed by Oyoshiwo-sama could happen in reality. Then, did the real Mion and Reno and Mion come after me? What was I thinking? What a silly, dumb idea. Having beaten down both Reno and Mion, I was still debating if they were the real ones or fakes. There was no real or fake. Only the reality that was before me. Reno and Mion was sprawled out at my feet. That was the only truth. I was the only one trying to twist the fates to my benefit.
The Fiax.
I tried to, whatever. trying to twist the facts to my benefit. That had beaten my friends to death. No matter how I spun it, it wouldn't change reality. Rena and Mion were both dead. It felt like there was a crack in the dam of my strange emotions I was holding back. It felt like a calm state. Just nothing more than a bluff had resided, and in that opening, insanity was leaking out. I killed them. Reno and Mion. I killed them. The doorbell rang again. The unrelenting echo pulled me back into a state of composure once again. I didn't have a moment to spare. Quickly, I needed to get away. I didn't want to die. I would uncover everything after that. The identity of whoever or whatever had pushed me this far. Even if I had to drink mud and eat grass. I would survive. I would survive. I would definitely survive! I killed Rena for that very reason. I also killed Mion. I went that far just to keep living. So I can't die. For my sake, and for the sake of the late Rena and Mion. I have to survive! Imagine if, like, as he was saying, he was just like, he just opened the door and just like, hey, look, I killed someone.
Right?
I ran towards the door.
Getting comfy in my chair, sorry.
Now you're good. I ran towards the door and grabbed my shoes. The doorbell rang again as if it was as if to urge on me. Behind this single solitary door, they were there. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Keeping quiet, I headed towards the kitchen. Headed towards the back door. Before opening the back door, I put my ear to checked for people outside. No one? I had to put my shoes on. I opened the door slowly so as to not make a sound. There he is! The back door! The piercing voice echoed out. The voice that stabbed through me, setting my hair on end. I had to run. Get out of here, Kichimaibara! One after the other, I felt stuff like rationality and intelligence, those things that you use when you have time to spare, spill out of me. I didn't even feel any pain from the branches scratching my arms and forehead. My autonomously pulsing heart also felt neither fatigue nor pain. My entire body just wished to live. There was nothing else. There was nothing else it desired. It probably had no complaints whatsoever. So of course, I wouldn't feel fatigue. I just ran. Just recklessly rushing in the direction I was already heading. Even if nobody was chasing after me, I'd still be running like this. There wasn't even a thought in my mind about where I was headed. Turning around, I felt a presence right next to me. The presence was, without a doubt, chasing me like a shadow. If I took even one misstep, I would be devoured. That's what I thought. So I didn't turn around. I didn't stop. I ran. At full speed.
Quack, 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 quack.
I bet that's meant to be like the cicadas.
Oh, they're going quack, 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 quack.
Yes.
Oh, it was! You're right!
That was the chirping of the Higurashi telling me it was evening. Trying to tell me something. And then I finally heard it. The wail and the cry of the victims who didn't make it. Would I be joining them? Oh, a new scene. Only the Higurashi knew. They knew everything. They definitely knew. So, I ran towards where I can hear more of the Higurashi's chirps. But the further I ran, the farther away their chirping became. I couldn't get near them. Why had they run away? Was it my fault? Was I the one to blame? Then I'll apologize. I'm sorry. 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 I felt that only the Higurashi knew. It's like the third one it's done in like
A
such
very
a
short
span.
amount of time.
It's weird that like it's trying to like build up suspense.
Achievement, yay! Chased by the shadows.
The smoking room was filled with a cloud of cigarette smoke. The expensive smoke filter gave off some crackling electric noise, but didn't seem like it was doing anything at all. Why do smokers have to be shoved so far down this corridor where the sun didn't even reach? Well, obviously because smoke smells bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I recall hearing that the tax revenue from tobacco was about a tenth of the municipality's revenue. We were the most heavily taxed members of the municipality, so I really wish they'd show us a little more respect. That's actually a real thing, by the way.
I believe it.
Like in Japan, they actually have like They actually have a smoker's tax.
They have a smoker's tax here too. Well, they at least for the other kind of smoke.
Yeah, but if you buy a pack of cigarettes, the pack of cigarettes is increased and like it's added on from tax. So an example, because like this was actually brought up like in the game Yakuza 0, where like
I'm about to play that soon.
Oh well, I won't say anything because there's a side story in that game that'll be talking about that.
Yeah, I've been meaning to play that. I'm so excited.
I'll say this: you probably want to. Do you have the original or do you have the director's cut?
Whichever one I bought on Steam a few years ago.
Oh, then it's probably the original, which is good.
Yeah.
The new one kind of ruins it.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I definitely think I have the original because I bought it a while ago. I bought it a minute ago, and I've been meaning to play it. But I'm actually gonna play it soon.
Why would you discard 5 Monzo there? It's just decreasing your options. One of the younger detectives was having a staring contest with the Mahjong magazine called Next Turn. You're still in Tenpai if you cut the 5 Monzu. If you're betting on a Haite, then shouldn't you be going into it with a Mangan? Kuma-chan, look at the pond. They discarded a 5 Monzu. It's a safe tile. You'd hate if at the end of the game someone was sitting on a Tenpai on the last turn, wouldn't you? The kid that had never grown put out his cigarette and took out another one. I just don't agree. Why would you reduce your only options? By the way, you can't call Ron with your winning tire on that Haite. Why is that? Force of habit.
Cyan's mind is in the gutters.
Just then, I heard a voice coming from down the hall. Wait, what was the button again to change the fucking character sprites? What was it, P?
Ha! He fat.
Oh, he doesn't even have like a remake sprite.
Yeah,
He doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
Okay. That's weird. Are you here, Oishi? You have a call from a civilian. Whoa, ain't that something? Well, I'll see ya. Why can't you call Ron on it? Oh, hold on a second, Oishi-san! The man sitting in the seat Oishi was headed towards waved at the telephone receiver. Outside line. From a payphone. Oh, why, thank you. Sorry to keep you waiting. This is Oishi. Who is it? Oishi-san. Hello. If it isn't Mayabara-san. Why, good evening. On the tone of Mayabara's voice, I knew he was in a predicament. This was the first time Mayabara had phoned me. He was calling from a payphone. Please calm down. Did something happen? Well... His voice was erratic over the line. He had completely lost his sense of composure. To check in that nobody else could hear, I prompted him in a hushed tone. What happened? I...
落ち着いて前原さん。
Calm down, Mayabara-san.
そこに近場の
I
警
can
官
have
を行かせ
I can
ま
have
す。
the local officers head to your location.
私もすぐそっちに行きますよ。
I'll be there too. I'll be there soon too. I think that's impossible. His voice was quivering and hoarse. He wasn't surrounded by people even. He wasn't surrounded by people even if he was making this call, was he?
前原さんは今、公衆
My
電話
boss, son, you're
を
calling from a
かけてます
payphone right now, right?
どこの公衆電話ですか？
Where was that payphone? There was no other sound besides Mayabara-kun's voice. It had to be a phone booth. I scratched out a note and thrust it to my colleague sitting across from me. Hinamizawa, pay phone booth. He quickly understood and hastily started on internal lines.
落ち着いて前原さん。
Calm down, my boss-san.
今どういう状況なんですか？
What is your current situation? It was the best practice to avoid flustering someone panicking, but this was an urgent case. Mayabara-kun didn't get in any trouble. Didn't just get into trouble. Get away and then call me. He was in the midst of something dangerous right now. But Yana Mayabara-kun right now would just needlessly cause him to be even more frantic. Mayabara wasn't just calling to seek help. He was trying to tell us something more than that. Whatever that was. If I didn't get it from this call, I was certain there would never be another chance. My colleague pushed a note in front of me. There was only one booth in Hinamizawa. A patrol car is on the way. 5 minutes.
かかりすぎです。警らには
That's too
何人
long.
乗ってます？
How many officers are in that area?
二人です。
2. Not enough. If it was as I imagined, then there likely be quite a few people surrounding Mayabara-kun. 5 minutes was too long.
南沢の駐在さんには電話しま
Did
し
you
た。
call the officer station in Hinamizawa?
政治巡回の時間です。
He's scheduled to be on patrol.
で連絡不能。
They're currently out, and it'll be impossible to contact them.
そう。
God damn!
熊ちゃん、車を回してください。
Kuma-chan, bring the car around!
了解っす。
Understood.
もしもし、王子さん。
Hello? Hui-san?
もしもし。
Hello?
大丈夫です。
It's all right.
聞こえてますよ。
I can hear you loud and clear. There was something wrong with Mayabara-kun. That wasn't a normal coughing sound. Vomiting? Was it blood? Had he been attacked? Was he injured?
前原さん。今、
前原さん、
そこに
the police are on their way.
2、3分で到着しますから。
They'll be there in a couple of minutes. Just hold on somehow.
もしもし、
Hello?
聞こえてますか？
Can you hear me?
前原さん。
Mayabara-san! I could hear on the other end of the line that he was having a coughing fit. The worst possible situation popped into my head.
前原さん。
Mayabara-san!
犯人は誰です？
Who's the culprit?
何人なんです？
How many of them are there?
俺も
I
最初は
thought
人間が
first the culprit was a human. I couldn't tell he was vomiting or coughing.
大丈夫ですか？前原さん。
Are you alright? Are you alright, Mayabara-san?
犯人は人
I
間
thought that the culprit was a person, and not Oyashiro-sama's curse.
ついさっきまで
Up until right now.
だけど
But I guess in the end, it was an intense bout of coughing, then vomiting. But I guess Oyashiro-sama does exist.
今
No, he's here.
前原さん。
Mayabara-san, please just calm down.
なんかさっきから
I've been thinking it was strange for a while now.
ずっとつけ
It's been following me this whole time.
ても走っても
I run and run and run and run,
影みたいに
but it just sticks to me like my shadow.
だけど少しずつ
But slowly, so slowly,
俺の背中に
it's taking itself into my back.
前原さん。
Mayabara-san,
今ひょっと
are they right now? Perhaps right behind you.
後ろに
Behind me.
すぐ
Right behind me.
お願いです、前原さん。
Please, Mayabara-san.
怖いのはわかります。
I can tell you're scared.
ですが、お願いです。
But please.
あなたの後ろに
Who is it that's right behind you?
振り向けるわけ
Can't
無
just
理じゃない
look behind me.
振り向いたら
If I do, I'll.
怖いのはわかります。
I understand that you're scared,
でも教えてほしい。
but please tell me.
ちょっと振り返るだけでいい。
You just need to turn around a bit. Who is it? Who is behind you, Mayabara-san? Right as I said that, I could hear him vomit intensely. What followed was a nightmarish sound.
前原さん
My boss,
あ
son?
んたまさか
Could it be that you're clawed at your own throat? There was no answer. But I could hear something like scratching. There was a bang, as if something being hit. My bar had probably dropped the receiver. I could hear him groaning and vomiting on the other end and repeating a normal noise.
もしもし
Hello?
もしもし
Hello?
前原さん
My boss, son!
もしもし
Hello? I knew how far my voice would sound on the other end. But I couldn't help but shout. At that moment, I heard whispering come from the other end. Couldn't tell what he was saying. From the way he was saying, it was like he was talking to himself. Or was he talking to someone there?
もしもし
Hello?
前原
My boss, son? Rather than whispering, it was some kind of mantra he was chanting over and over. I focused my senses, trying to pick up what he was saying. What was he repeating? What exactly? Beep. Suddenly the line went dead. Did he use up his time? Was it because it was a payphone?
あ
Oh. It was because it cut out so abruptly. The last thing he said came out so clearly in my mind.
おいさん車を
Oi-san, the car is good to go!
おいさん
Oi-san!
ごめんなさい
It was... I'm sorry.
おいさん
Oi-san? That's what he's repeating over and over. He said, I'm sorry. I had a gut feeling. There was no longer a need to hurry. I could hear the chirp of the Higurashi spilling in from the open window. I should have been able to hear them this entire time. I just wasn't paying attention. I just wasn't paying any attention. Why did I focus on them all of a sudden? Were they trying to tell me something? Only the Higurashi knew. That's how I felt. June 1983.
Also, can I just say I really like these long moments where there's no female voices, because then I just get to be read to.
Fair. In Hinamizawa, a remote village near Shishibune City, there was a murder involving 2 female students. The suspect is Keiichi Maebara, age 1X. Pretty sure he was meant to be 16, but fair enough.
Well, that's
Well, the
probably
anime
why if he's a minor, they have to censor it.
Yeah, that's probably true. The suspect called over his 2 female classmates. Oh, there's already like forgery of information. Ran Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki to his house and beat them to death with a metal bat. The scene of the crime was the suspect's room on the 2nd floor of his house. The inside of the room was covered with a significant quantity of splattered blood, and there were signs of a struggle with the victims. In addition to the scene of the crime, the entranceway, living room, and kitchen all had traces of a struggle. At the entranceway, the shoe rack and the wall had evidence of being impacted by the strong blunt force.
They mentioned the shoe rack. That's funny.
Well, yeah, because it's like what's happening is that they're basically they're taking what the scene of the crime and trying to put together like a narrative.
Yeah.
A bad narrative, though. It is believed to have been the same bat as the murder weapon. Having no traces of blood, it is believed that the destruction occurred before the murders. Okay, cool. At least they said that.
I got that part right.
There was a possibility that the suspect overpowered his victims to keep them from fleeing. In the living room, the rug had been pulled back, then thrown aside. It is hard to believe that this had a connection to the struggle with the victims, and thus, the reason for this remains unknown. In the kitchen, the garbage bag was torn apart, Its contents were spread out on the floor. Garbage was strewn about in the surrounding area, and fingerprint and handprints believed to belong to the suspect we discovered. It is believed that the suspect had, for some reason, taken out the garbage and struck it with his fists. The reason for this remains unknown. In addition, there was a note stuck to the fridge. The words, "Was there a needle?" were written on it. The meaning behind this remains unclear. Just in case, the garbage was searched, but a needle was not discovered. Though the garage door was functional, it had been left open ever since the suspect moved in. The garage door was found closed. The suspect's fingerprints were discovered on the garage door. The reason behind this remains unknown. The suspect fled the scene of the crime. However, a patrolling officer in Mizawa Local PD found the suspect collapsed inside the phone booth. At the time of discovery, the suspect was unconscious and in critical condition. He was rushed to a local hospital for treatment, but not regained consciousness and died 24 hours later. The result of the autopsy indicated the immediate cause of death had been hypovolemic shock. It was determined that the suspect had clawed out his own throat with his fingernails, and resulting bleeding caused his death. With the similarity to the death of Tomitaki-san the prior week, the police believed that there to be a connection and opened an investigation. However, due to the wishes of the local authorities, it will be a confidential investigation. Due to the abnormal nature of the death, it was suspected that drugs were involved, but as with Tomitaki-san, no traces were discovered. What prompted all this remains inexplicable. As such, this case is being treated as an act committed on impulse. However, with several accounts of the suspect's bizarre behavior leading up to the incident, it is possible that this was premeditated. Separated from his friend group, separated from his group of friends, isolation, inexplicable behavior. Several days before the incident, the suspect began carrying around a metal bat. The suspect was observed displaying aggressive behavior, as well as talking to himself at school. Talking to himself at school?
That's interesting.
That's strange.
Yeah, because we never saw him talking to himself.
Unless the times he talked to Mion and them were...
What? Oh my gosh, I'm enjoying the visual novel because I feel like I'm getting so much context that was not there before.
Well, the idea is that, like, again, I'll say it again with the anime, though, they have to, like, give you that perspective, though, with Keiichi, like, because, again, it's from Keiichi's perspective.
Yeah.
So, I think the thing that kind of, like, the anime kind of leaves out is, like, a lot of, like, the explanation and stuff like that. It's been a while since I've watched it all the way through, so this could have been mentioned, but, like, it's been a good bit.
It's been a while for me, too, so I could just be not remembering.
His classmates have actually heard portions of what he was saying. 2 days before the incident, the suspect declared to his parents the possibility of his death. Due to these circumstances, the police have begun an investigation on the possibility that this crime was not committed on impulse, but instead planned several days in advance. Afterwards, a note was found in the suspect's room that he had written himself. The note was written on 2 sheets from a B5 college rule notebook that had been torn in half, as if trying to conceal it. It was stuck behind a clock on the wall. The contents are written in the appendix. The police believe it to be strongly related to the incident. The police changed the line of investigation based on the possibility that the suspect was involved in some sort of incident himself. However, no further clues were found, casting doubt on the credibility of the note.
See, I told you that leaving the syringe there was a bad idea because they just took it.
Was the crime impulsive or premeditated? With the situation unclear and no further developments, the case had been labeled as unresolved. However, the following year, suspicion rose again regarding the nature of the note. The note was not written on 2 halves of B5 paper from 2 separate sheets. But was originally a single sheet of B5 paper. In order to erase several lines from the middle, someone had torn them out. Judging from the size of the letters, the missing section is estimated to be 2 to 3 lines. It is highly probable that the person who eliminated the lines in question is not the suspect. In addition, judging from the traces of large quantities of cellophane tape being stuck to the back of the clock, speculation that something other than the no was stuck there has arisen. The person who first discovered the crime was a detective rumored to have a connection with the incident, Kuruda Oishi. He underwent voluntary questioning, but denies involvement in any damages to the note. The suspect's note. I, Keiichi Mahabara, in fear for my life. I do not know who they are or why they're after me. The only thing I do know is that it has to do with Oyashiro-sama's curse. Venom and me are conspirators of the perpetrators. There were 4 or 5 adults and maybe more. They have a white van. This is all on the first sheet. The section between this had been ripped out. This is the second sheet. The section above has been ripped out. I have no idea why it's become like this. If you are reading this, then probably I'm dead. Though, you may not find my body. You who are reading this, please uncover the truth. This is my only desire. Keiichi Mahabara. So the section Keiichi took out was about the fact being that he hid, like, the syringe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about, he said that he found Tomitaki's death to be caused by drugs, and he put the syringe with the note. That's the part that's missing.
New scenario has been unlocked! An all-cast review session has been available! Go to the extra section Go to the extra section.
Okay. Oh, and an achievement. I love that.
To the extra section.
Extras. All cast review. Thank you for buying Higurashi When They Cry, Onikakushi, a visual novel by 7th Expansion. How was it? If you enjoyed it even a little bit, it would make me happy. Even a little bit of stretching it. That incredibly dark ending made me angry, you know. Made us angry. This Onikakushi chapter is the first story that readers challenging the mystery of the entire series get to experience. So it's actually supposed to be somewhat of a prologue. Wow, it took me 50 hours to finish the prologue.
Well, you can't say 50 hours because you remember you originally played this by yourself, so at
I
some
know! But like in total, it took me about 50 hours. Well, I don't know, maybe it's exaggerating. I didn't actually check. It just feels like it's been 50 hours. How could the prologue have such an incredibly dark ending?
Yeah, that doesn't happen doesn't that happen sometimes? The player digging through the story in order to avoid a bad end is the point of these type of games after all.
It's still just the first chapter. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Just what kind of plot awaits us from here on? Rena, do you know?
Yeah. This episode has Rena as your closest friend. But it seems like there are stories featuring Mi-chan and Satoko-chan too. What kind of plot developments can we expect from the other scenarios? In this chapter, they introduced the string of mysterious deaths that were happening in Hinamizawa recently, right? The next chapter will introduce some of the history of Hinamizawa.
With one strange event happening after another, I got totally lost. What exactly is Oyashiro-sama's curse? Actually, what is ScionSetsuna to begin with? It didn't exactly explain it much.
I haven't heard much about it, but I have kind of a bad feeling about it. It feels like it'll be another one of those scary stories where somebody gets cursed again.
Tough luck for Kei-chan. What kind of curse is he gonna get hit with this time?
However, I am looking forward to seeing what kind of story it's gonna be.
Sorry for being late. My bad.
Ah!
Yeah, hey everybody.
You're not supposed to be alive.
Yeah, it's almost as if like this little end in this little thing is meant to be like the cows were basically on set. Hey everybody, good work today. Same to you. Oh, where's Kei-chan? Keiichi is already off reading the script for the next chapter. And it's definitely not because we were lazy and we didn't actually create sprites for him. Because he's from the perspective, because we're going from his perspective, so it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Won't see anything. We won't see his sprites until like I think chapter 5. I think. Must be hard being the main character.
Huh? That's too bad. You could have at least poked in to say hello. He probably had too many lines in his script and had to stay behind recording.
Well, can you hardly blame him? Wherebar has enough lines to cover for full cast in a normal novel game, you see? I mean, that is technically true.
Yeah, that's how much you've been reading, so that makes sense.
By the way, I checked how long it took me to finish, like, playing the first chapter when I did it, like, a couple of years ago. It took me about, maybe 16 hours.
Oh, well, good for you. we can't all be that fast, okay?
I didn't feel like I was fast though, because again I was voicing everything by myself.
Okay, let me check. Mine says 42.5 hours.
And then if I pull up the playlist real quick, I can, let's see. Let me get the playlist real quick. Playlist is 9 videos that we have. The first one was about 3 hours, then the second one was 2 hours, so that's basically 6 hours by the math there. And there were 3 hours, that's 9. The time, so 11, 12, 14, 15, 15, 19, 21, and with this one,
we're at 2 hours.
So about 23 hours.
Damn, 23 hours is crazy for a prologue.
Fireballs enough lines to cover. Oh, I'll worry about that.
Oh, yes.
In any case, the story was really was a lot of trouble, especially for Keiichi and Rena-chan.
Trouble? That was the mother of all bad ends. I wonder what the identity of the thing that attacked Keiichi-kun.
My theory was that it was the work of people who made it to look like a curse.
But Keiichi made that mysterious phone call at his demise.
Yeah. I also thought that call was strange. At that point, Kei-chan should have been certain that the culprits were people.
That really was a strange phone call. It almost sounded like he was being chased by a ghost or something.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point.
Just from that phone call, it really makes me think that it was the work of a curse after all.
That's what he thinks. Since we're all here, why don't we all share theories? Let's start with Shinozaki-san. I absolutely believe it was the people. I think it was a man-made incident that was just imitating the strange folklore flown around Hinamizawa.
Certainly. Every year, on the day of the festival, for another link in the chain of mysterious deaths to happen is certainly suspicious.
That so-called chain of mysterious deaths has to be somebody trying to reenact the folklore, definitely.
I think it was the curse. Looking at the scene where Keishi went the berserk in the entryway, and the last scene with the phone call, those cannot be explained with a human culprit. When you say it that way, it really wasn't the type of scene that would make you think it was the work of an actual person.
Yeah, but even then, I think it was a person who did it. That last scene and the one with the entranceway, I think that the stress must have driven him into a paranoid delusion.
You weren't helping me to understand by using such complicated words. In other words, Keiichi was so scared that he was imagining things. Then, what was the meaning behind that scene? What exactly was the mysterious presence behind Keiichi?
A red heron. REDHERRING.
That's how you spell red herring? I thought it was spelled like here, like HAIRING.
Nope, heron.
I've been spelling it wrong this whole time.
I was gonna say if you ever wanted to know how to spell red heron. Actually, to be fair, red heron is like kind of weird because you think, oh, it'd be like the bird.
There's a bird? I didn't know there was a bird.
Yeah, it's a bird called a heron.
Oh! Mi-chan, what do you mean by a red herring?
Like old man Tomitaka here said, that scene was the result of Kei-chan having stress-induced delusions from being mentally cornered. The overgraphic depiction was what was employed to make the player think it was a curse. That's why it was a red heron.
When you say it like that, but...
Well, it just means that there's a possibility.
In that case, the theory that Oishi-san proposed during the story that it was a conspiracy by the villagers was correct? What does the man himself have to say about that?
Me? It makes you think, eh?
This one's a real thinker.
Huh? I totally thought that Oishi-san would be behind the people explanation. During the story, I said it was definitely the work of the people, but if a person was really to blame, that leaves a lot of loose ends.
Like what? Let us hear what Detective Oishi-san's theory is.
First of all, if a human is the culprit, then there has to be a motive. In other words, somebody has to gain something from it. So what you mean is, if this was the work of people, there would have to be something gained from causing the chain of mysterious deaths. Exactly. I felt that somebody could have benefited from the deaths of the peer related to the dam development, but the recent victims weren't related to that at all. First of all, who would benefit from killing Maebara-san? I see. If you say it like that, my case is kind of weak too.
I mean, none of your money was stolen. There's no way it was human culprits. But that's not everything there is to it, right? Like Mi-chan just said, there might have been some sort of reason for them to reenact the folklore.
Exactly. This wasn't a murder where you consider the typical motives. It makes me think that this was most likely some kind of ritualistic murder to reenact the bloodstained history of the village.
So I'll ask the question of the hour. Who gains from this reenactment?
It's not about simple benefit, it's more psychological reason. I think that maybe this was an act of revenge. Something native to the region. Some connection not touched on this time around.
なるほど
I see.
過去にひどい扱いを
A member of some repressed family looking out to air out an old grudge of their ancestors. Something like that. I don't like that. And what is it? It couldn't be that you're leaning towards the curse explanation, Oi-san.
That's right, that's right. The man playing the detective said so. It's decided it was a curse.
劇中で前原さんが言うように
If, as Maibara said during the story, it was the case of Oyashiro-san possessed Ren and Ryugu-san and Sonozaki-san committed those acts,
一番つじつまが
that would fit the evidence the most,
残念ながら
as much as I hate to say it.
Actually, I'm of the same opinion as Oishi-san. I can't come up with any other explanations for the normally kind Rena and Mi-chan to suddenly start acting strange like that.
About that, it may sound strange to come from the person herself, but I think that I, Mion, did it.
I don't get what Mi is saying. I'd like an explanation.
Oh, sorry. In other words, I think that this may end up being a really cruel story.
Huh? Wait, Mi-chan? You don't mean...
Taking the human culprit theory to its logical conclusion, that's how it would seem. I also have my suspicions.
つまり龍宮さんもその
In other words, Ryugu-san and Sonozaki-san both actually had those personalities to begin with, and were merely deceiving Maibara-san. Am I right?
I don't like that at all. This is all the curse's fault. Rena-san and Mi-san and everybody else are kind, nice people. I think that too. I think that Rena and Mian-chan are really good people at heart. I think that during the story, they must have been possessed by something.
So Rena must think it was a curse. Then let me ask everybody who thinks it was a curse. There has to be a reason for a curse, right? It doesn't make sense for a curse to just indiscriminately befall someone. Can someone explain that?
A curse is a curse. Human logic won't get us anywhere.
Sadako-chan, a personified deity is, in the end, nothing more than the creation of the people. And that's where their method of thinking is also understandable to humans. Just take a look at the Greek pantheon. They cry, get angry, get jealous, because they're just like humans.
So what you're saying is that Oyashiro-sama is cursing people with some benefit in mind?
That's an odd way of putting it, but basically yes. That's why they say, fall from Jupiter, far from Jupiter, far from his thunder. You do have a point.
Basically, it doesn't matter if it's Oyashiro-sama or humans. There has to be a reason. Marika? What is that reason? What if that reason wasn't clear? I don't know. That's right. This is still just the prologue. There's still a lot of stuff that hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah. It's hard to come up with any more theories at this point. No! I won't be satisfied until this is all made clear.
Mian-san seems rather particular about this.
We'll just make the best of what we know. Doesn't this feel interesting? Like the club a little bit.
Yeah. If you put it that way, it does seem interesting.
じゃあ整理してみましょうか。
Well then, let's summarize. Let's see, I think it was a curse. Sumitake thinks it was people, right?
Hey, I just been lurking. Hi, Prince David. Thanks for lurking.
No worries. Yeah, I'll go with it being people. I also agree with the people explanation. That's not to say I hate such fantastic things like curses. But in this particular case, the connection to the curse is a little weak. Two for the people explanation then. Ryugu-san was on the curse side of things, right?
Yep. Setoko-chan and I believe it was a curse. Right? Yeah, I think it was a curse. People who say that Rene-san and Mia-san were evil to begin with are more befitting of a curse.
Well, I don't want to believe that my own personality was that twisted. But I have to keep a cool head when I'm in club mode. If I make my choice on just emotion, I'll regret it, you know? Well now, doesn't really matter which side you pick, does it?
Huh? Rika-chan hasn't said anything yet. What do you think? I don't think that Oyashiro-sama is a bad god.
Huh? That's an interesting opinion.
I don't want to worship some bad god that just curses people. I'd like a generous god, more than one that curses. That's right, Rika-chan is a shrine maiden. Yep, good opinion.
Then what? If Rika doesn't believe that it was Oyashiro-sama, then do you figure the perpetrators were humans after all?
We'll just go with that.
Well now. That means the votes are split right down the middle. So half of us think it was a curse and half of us think it was people. Anna-chan, just for reference, what did the playtesters who played the beta version think?
Yep. There were a lot more players who believed in the people explanation.
See, right there. Our veteran comrades are cool, collected, and very observant.
But the beta version only finished partway through the story. That's right. Even the people who played the beta might change their minds if they got through to the very end.
What should we do then? This means that the opinions are still split. It's no fun if we don't sell this. We need there to be an odd number of judges, in other words. We need one more opinion.
Perfect timing then. Why don't we ask Keiichi-kun himself? Let's call him. The opinion of the victim himself is very valuable. Since that's decided, it's time for the phone. Hello? Keiichi-kun?
Sorry, I just found it really funny that they left the, I like just imagine they all left the restaurant just to go and use the police phone.
It's Rena. Are you busy with work right now?
Yeah, really busy. Just when I thought I'd get a break because the chapter's over, it's already time for the next one. How's Kei-chan? Busy?
Yeah, he's moping.
I can hear you, you know. It must be nice having a rapper party. I want to go too.
You could come if you can get some character art for yourself.
Don't break the fourth wall!
Rico, that's a secret. Sorry about that, Keiichi-kun. Anyways, during the current chapter, Keiichi-kun, Didn't you, die? We were just talking about who the culprit might be.
Basically, we're deadlocked on whether it was people or your Shio-sama's curse that killed you.
I'm really sorry. Even though you're busy reviewing the script, Keishiku, which do you think it was?
こんなの決まってんじゃないか
That's obvious, isn't it?
Which?
どっちなんてもんじゃねえよ
Isn't it both of them?
やってたやつが嫌わ
Targeted by suspicious people from the village and then cursed by some strange Yoshiwa-sama on top of that?
人間もただにもして
It's both humans and a curse!
何がの嫌だ
Everyone's just picking on me!
So very, very pitiful. Next time, I'll give you a good patting on the head.
Damn.
結局意見が分か
In the end, the opinions still split, huh?
私ももう一度考え
I'll think this over again.
見落としがあるかもしれません。
We might have missed something.
Well then, please look forward to the next release. Higurashi, When They Cry, Watanagashi. Yay!
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 We're finally done.
Oh my god! That felt like forever, holy shit! And I still have like, how many more? A bunch.
7 more.
Ah! And then after I gotta play, I don't know, there's more games I wanna play, and they're also long!
Yeah, that's what happens. It's all about trying to just find time for it.
Yeah. Yay! Oh my gosh! Okay, so next time we'll start Watanagashi.
That is correct.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone, and thank you, Sion, for reading with me. I always enjoy it.
I always enjoy doing this too.
Yay! Okay, I think what I'll do is I will end with a raid, but I have an ending soon screen now, so I can just go to that.
Hooray!
Yay! Don't go anywhere. Yeah.